In this video, I'm going to give you my exact hair routine for 2026. No BS. I'm just going to tell you what I do and give you the reasons that I do it. First of all is I derma roll once a week. I still use a 0.5 millimeter. I've been thinking about going up to maybe a 1 millimeter derma roller, but I just haven't made that switch yet. If you're a regular member of this channel, you know that I derma roll in order to stimulate hair growth through micro injuries of the scalp. It also helps to aid in circulation and the absorption of topicals into the scalp via the micro injuries. During downtime, I like to give myself a scalp massage. Whenever I'm watching television or watching YouTube or just have nothing to do, I will massage my scalp. I know one guy that has a website where he regrew a large portion of his hair through scalp massaging alone. So I think it's a good idea to massage your scalp. You can also massage it in the shower. Scalp massages will give you a big boost in scalp circulation. I wash my hair once a week. I use ketoconazole, but I'm going to switch to a prescription-based ketoconazole that doesn't have fragrance in it. After I rinse my hair and I dry my hair, I do a white vinegar rinse. It helps to restore the pH balance of my scalp and remove any excess ketoconazole shampoo. And it also helps to reduce the dryness that will come from the ketoconazole shampoo. I only wash my hair once a week because my hair texture, you don't have to wash it every day or even every other day. After I'm done washing my hair and drying it and applying the white vinegar rinse, I will apply my oil mixture and then I apply a black tea rinse. The black tea rinse can be a bit drying, but I include my oil mixture in order to lock in the moisture of my hair, and I do all of that once a week. If you wash your hair more often, you'll have to change up your routine. It all depends on your hair type, how oily it gets, how dry it gets, your hair texture, your density, your porosity, all of that stuff. I use a red light therapy helmet. Red light therapy has been scientifically proven to stimulate hair growth. I go to bed and I wake up at the same time. I try to go to bed around 9 to 10 o'clock every night and wake up around 6 to 7 a.m. This aligns itself with my body's biological clock, and it allows for the proper production of hormones which aid in hair growth. It also reduces inflammation and stress hormones throughout my body. After I wake up, I make sure to get sunlight within the first 10 to 15 minutes of waking up. That helps to boost serotonin, which is a hormone that aids in hair growth. It also just helps me to wake up in general. Getting that sunlight first thing is really beneficial for keeping my body clock in alignment. I meditate 10 to 30 minutes a day. I might do 2 10-minute sessions. It doesn't matter when you do them, just get them done. It can really reduce your inflammation, reduce your stress hormones, reduce your cortisol levels, and those things will help you to get a boost in your hair growth. I increase my water intake. I try to get at least 2 liters of water a day. Staying hydrated can go a long way towards aiding your hair growth. I removed as much fragrance and plastic from my environment as possible. That's something that I'm still working on. Fragrance and plastics have been shown to be hormone disruptors. For my diet, I keep it simple. I try to get 100 grams of protein because protein is essential for hair growth. As far as picking and choosing what to eat, I have dramatically simplified that to sticking to avoiding what's known as the Dirty Dozen and eating the Clean 15. The Dirty Dozen is a list of produce released every year. It tells you the produce, fruits, and vegetables that contain the most amount of pesticides that were measured for that year. By avoiding pesticides, you can reduce the toxic burden on your hair follicles. I reduce my caffeine intake in order to lower my cortisol and any stress hormones that might be hindering my hair. You don't have to completely eliminate your caffeine. Just don't drink 5, 6, 7 cups of coffee. You want to have all of your caffeine in the beginning of the day, and you want to have it after your cortisol spike. As far as supplements go, I take vitamin D, magnesium, fish oil, iron, a B complex, and collagen. All of those supplements are specific and unique to my body. I did blood tests as well as I looked at my own diet and saw that I was deficient in them. So I do take those in order to aid in hair growth because they are essential to hair growth. A lot of people are deficient in vitamin D and they don't even know it. But before you start loading up on vitamin D pills, I do urge you to get tested, especially if you're African American. African Americans have a difficult time synthesizing vitamin D through sunlight, and it's not easy to find it through food. I do prepare mushrooms in order to get vitamin D, and I eat a lot of mushrooms. But that still wasn't working. My vitamin D levels were still fairly low. Apparently, the vitamin D that's found in mushrooms is D2 versus D3, and it's more difficult for the body to process versus the version that's D3. So this is my complete hair routine for 2026. Sorry if I left things out before or if I didn't make it as cohesive as possible. And making all of these steps a habit, it will take time. Don't try and force it all at once. I suggest just working on them a few at a time until you make it a habit and then moving on to the other ones, and then you can have the complete John Karashi hair regrowth experience. But hopefully you can take my routine and build off of it and modify it for your own lifestyle and see results just like I have. Karashi out.